Your brain is addicted, but not in the dramatic way most people think. It's a quiet, invisible addiction that shapes your everyday behavior. If you've ever sat down to work and felt an instant wave of resistance, or if you find your mind darting to distractions rather than focusing, this isn't a problem of motivation or discipline. It's a dopamine problem, and in this video, we're going to unravel it carefully, focusing on psychology rather than popular trends or quick fixes like dopamine detox. By the end, you'll understand why your brain avoids effort, why instant stimulation seems irresistible, and how you can realistically retrain your brain to desire hard tasks once again. Many misunderstand dopamine, equating it solely with pleasure or happiness. However, dopamine is fundamentally about anticipation. It rises before a reward, driving you toward action. In early human history, this was crucial for survival, pushing us to hunt, explore, and learn. Effort came first, followed by reward, with dopamine motivating that journey. This connection supported our ability to thrive. In today's world, however, the relationship between effort and reward has deteriorated. You can now experience dopamine without the prerequisite effort. With just a swipe on your phone or a quick tap, you can receive immediate gratification. Your brain doesn't recognize this artificial stimulation. It simply registers. Reward arrived with zero effort. This shift has changed our entire behavioral landscape. When rewards become easy to attain, effort feels less necessary, not just optional in a moral sense, but chemically optional. The critical point to grasp is that effort isn't inherently painful. Instead, it becomes uncomfortable when dopamine levels are low. With constant access to easy rewards, your brain stops releasing dopamine for tasks that demand sustained effort. When you try to engage in deep work or serious thought, your brain provides no chemical support, making the effort feel burdensome. Thus, many people express a desire to work yet feel unable to start, mistaking this resistance for laziness. In truth, it's a chemical issue. Most people develop a reward-first, effort-later lifestyle. They wake up and immediately check their phones, consuming stimulation before tackling meaningful tasks. This habit teaches the brain that reward precedes effort, leading to resistance when faced with straight effort alone. It's not that effort is undesirable, but rather that it disrupts the learned pattern. The brain instinctively protects established habits. In response, individuals often turn to willpower, attempting to force themselves to work. Occasionally, this may yield short-lived success, but it doesn't address the underlying reward system, only suppressing it. Eventually, resistance returns, fatigue builds, and discipline wanes, leading to self-blame. The core issue remains unaddressed. The brain hasn't been retrained. The effective principle you need to adopt is this: dopamine must be relinked to effort. It's not about eliminating dopamine but reordering it. The brain only seeks answers to the question, what behavior leads to reward? By altering the answer, you can change behavior. Let's explore 3 core rules to shift your dopamine response. The first rule is the most challenging. Avoid easy dopamine before engaging in effort. Before you start important work, refrain from scrolling through social media, consuming entertainment, or seeking stimulation. This is not a permanent change. It's a temporary measure to create dopamine tension, which builds motivation. The second rule emphasizes that effort must always come first. You don't need to engage in long periods of hard work. Even a consistent 5-minute effort can reset your brain's reward sequence. When you place effort before reward, your brain learns that work unlocks pleasure. The third rule involves making your efforts visible. The brain responds to tracking and evidence of progress. By documenting the time spent on tasks, sessions completed, or streaks of days worked, you create a sense of internal reward. This tangible progress can be deeply satisfying, reigniting your motivation. Initially, these changes may bring about discomfort, not failure, but simply a withdrawal from the immediate gratification you're used to. In just a few days, you'll find that starting tasks becomes easier, your focus increases, and that initial resistance begins to fade. This transformation doesn't stem from newfound discipline. It's because dopamine is doing its job correctly once again. Ultimately, this journey isn't just about boosting productivity. It's about regaining control over your behavior. If dopamine dictates your actions, your goals will remain out of reach. Yet, when effort becomes rewarding, discipline no longer feels like a chore. In the following video, we'll delve into how to cultivate discipline without relying on motivation, exploring principles of identity and behavioral psychology. Stay tuned for insights that can